A very good morning to all my dear students. Welcome back to English class. Hope you all are fine. And today we'll be starting off with the new poem. Okay, I'm not telling the name of the poem. This poem will be the last poem for SA1 examination because your exams are going to begin from October 12th. This will be the last poem. Okay, so let me ask you a few questions. You all must be knowing the seasons, right? What all type of seasons do we have? Summer season, winter, rainy, and spring. Now, in these four type of seasons, which season do you like? Which is the best season you like? Okay, some of you all will like summer. Why? Because you get to eat ice cream, watermelon, mangoes, cool drinks, and all that, right? So there are some students who just love summer season because they can ask their parents to buy ice creams. Next, some might like winter. Winter season, why? Because you all like to wear sweater, feel cozy, go under the blanket, and drink hot tea in cold weather. So there are few students who just love winter season, and a few might really like rainy season because you like to play in the rain, and some of them like the smell of the mud when it rains, right? So you like playing with your friends in rain, and it looks, the environment look really good when it rains. And a few might like spring because it's really colorful. All the flowers bloom in spring season. The trees look lively, flowers look colorful, surroundings look really beautiful. So like how we have seasons, even in Western countries, there are four different type of seasons. That is winter, spring, summer, and autumn. They have a season called autumn. So I'll tell you how it's divided. So winter season, as you all know, it's starting from December till February. Okay, so December till February, they have got winter season. It's like very cold, completely covered with snow. And spring, like how slowly the flowers start after the winter season, from the beginning of March till May, around May, they have spring. Why? After the winter, then after the snow slowly goes off, and then flowers, trees starts blooming. It starts becoming green and colorful. That's spring. It's very beautiful. Okay, and then comes summer from June to August, and autumn from September to November. Okay, so I'll show you like how we all like different type of seasons. In Western countries, most of all the people love spring season. Why? Because it looks beautiful. Okay, you can see the flowers, so everyone loves spring season starting from March till May. Okay, and also springtime refers to rebirth. Why? Because when the winter it's completely covered with snow, after that it's rebirth. Why? Because the flower starts blooming, and it's called renewal or regrowth. So they tell the springtime as rebirth, renewal, and regrowth. So there are so many festivals in the season of spring. Okay, they have Ugadi, like we have Ugadi, all that is in the time of spring season. So spring season is called as rebirth. Everyone feels very lively. Okay, so now this is a poem called March. It's about the spring season after the winter. It's like how spring season emerges. It is written by William Wordsworth, and he is a famous poet. Okay, in English you have to remember his name. He has written many poems like daffodils and very famous poems. He always writes poem related to nature. Okay, he was born on 7 April 1770, and he died on 23 April 1850. Okay, so as I told you, the name of the poem is March. Why? Because the spring season begins in March. So let me go to the introduction of the theme of the poem. Okay, so it is a nature-centric poem, as we know that it's about spring season, nature-centric poem, which tries to bring out the beauty of changing seasons. So it says about how, what is the changes that nature occurs because of after winter to spring. Okay, brings out the essence of nature as winter is being taken over by spring. So taken over means after winter, the spring is completely taking over the winter season and becomes really beautiful. So students, take out page number 11 or 10. You can take out page number 10 because it's starting off with a poem there. And open your English textbook, page number 10. I will read out. Please listen to it carefully. The cock is crowing, the stream is flowing, the small birds twitter, the lake doth glitter, the green field sleeps in the sun. The oldest and the youngest are at work with the strongest. The cattle are gazing, their heads never raising. They are 40 feeding like one. Like an army defeated, the snow hath retreated, and now doth fare ill on the top of the bare hill. The ploughboy is whooping, anon, anon. There's joy in the mountains, there's life in the fountains. Small clouds are sailing, blue sky prevailing. The rain is over and gone. The poem is written by William Wordsworth. Clear? So now let's move on to the explanation. Okay, stanza wise. The first stanza, the cock is crowing, the stream is flowing. Okay, so what do you mean by the cock? You all must be knowing cocks. What do you mean by the cock is crowing? Crowing means, I'll see, this is the sound of crowing. You can hear it carefully. Okay, so this is crowing. Clear? Next, the stream is flowing. Flowing as in, just flowing off. You all must be knowing stream, right? It's a thin lane of water which goes. The small birds twitter. What do you mean by twitter? See, you can have the explanation here. To make a number of short rapid sounds. Okay, so I'll show you how does it twitter. Twitter means, so there's a bird twittering. Very nice. So that is called twitter. Okay, the small birds twitter. Twitter is the sound that the birds make. Okay, small, short, rapid sounds. This is called. It's very nice to listen to. Right in the morning, if you listen to, that's called twitter. Next is, the lake doth glitter. Doth means in the old form, like instead of saying the lake does glitter, they use in the olden ways, they used to say doth glitter. Glitter means we learned in the first chapter that it is shining. Okay, so this is like, you can see the second line, the stream is flowing, the lake doth glitter. This is how it's glittering. It's like glitter. When you all make craft, you all use glitter, right? So the lake, the stream is flowing and glittering. The green field sleeps in the sun. What does that mean? So you can see the green field, the paddy field like this, and it looks like that the green field is sleeping in the sun. And so it's just very pretty. There's sun here, and when you look in the view like this, it's like the poet has told that it's like sleeping. The green field is like sleeping in the sun. Is it clear, children? So in the beginning, in the stanza, we told about the cock is crowing, the stream is flowing, and the birds twitter. So just imagine all that. There's on one side the cock is crowing, the birds are twittering, and the lake is flowing. Okay, so this is how she's just trying to get that imagination into us. Next one, the oldest and the strongest are at work with the strongest. Okay, so here the oldest and the youngest, strongest here he's resembling to the youth. Okay, so in the field along with the youth, it's like farming. Okay, so the youth is along with the oldest and the strongest is working. Everyone, so the oldest, young people, everyone are working hard in the fields. They are working hard in the fields. The cattle are grazing. Grazing is when they eat grass. Okay, you can see also so many cattle, their heads never raising, which means they're just bending. Never raising means they're not looking up, they're just bending and eating, because it's all green fields. All the cows are just, the cattle is like these cows, and all these are grazing, means they're eating grass. Their heads never raising, always they're eating. They're very hungry people. Okay, there are 40 feeding like one. Okay, so it's like a simile which is told, 40 feeding like one. Like when so everyone are bending down, it's like one cow. Okay, so many cows together, just 40 is just a figure which is mentioned. Okay, so here it says that people are just told about the field, that people are working in the field and the cows are just grazing. Then they're always grazing, they're not even looking up. Next, like an army defeated, the snow hath retreated, and now doth fare hill on the top of the bare hill. The ploughboy is whooping anon. See, so here in the stanza, what the poet says is that in winter season, it's completely covered with snow, right? On the top, it's completely covered with snow. So this snow has retreated. After the snow, what happens is the mountains, once the spring is coming up, the whole snow mountain will just go away and turns into green like this. And after that, the plowboy. So this is a plowboy whooping. Whooping is a loud cry. You know, he's like just saying with the horses, they just plow the field, is basically making the soil fertile and loosening the soil. Okay, that's called plowing. If you all have farms, if you have seen in olden days, this is called plow. They have these animals and plow the field so that more greenery, more plants can be sown in the soil. Okay, and after the plowboy, what happens? The army had defeated, like, see, you can see all the flowers just bloom. Okay, like an army defeated. So when, imagine when the army is defeated, there'll be so much of bloodshed, right? So he's comparing it to like how the flowers, red roses, it's like completely covered with beauty like this. So in this stanza, the poet says that completely the snow was filled with snow, and then what happens? Greenery comes in, and the plowboy whooping, he's whooping with the plowboy, comes in, fertilizes the ground, and then flowers grow. Okay, this is spring season. Isn't it the nice way to compare and explain, children? Now let's move on to the last answer. There's joy in the mountains, there's life in the fountains. Small clouds are sailing, blue skies prevailing. The rain is over and gone. Okay, so here it says there's joy in the mountains. Why are the mountains happy? You know, we all like to get dressed up, right? We all like to put makeup and get dressed up. Similarly, the mountains are in joy because there's flowers. It looks beautiful, green and colorful flowers. So the mountains are happy, they are in joy. And the fountains, life in fountains. See, this is a fountain. Okay, so a natural spring of water. So this, when water just springs like this, it's like life. You can see I've put a 3D image, like live image. So it shows that the fountains are very happy, enjoy. And the clouds are sailing. Sailing in the boat means they're just moving. The small clouds sailing, blue sky prevail means, in this, the blue sky prevailing means gaining control over it. Okay, it looks very beautiful in the blue sky. The clouds are just moving, and the blue sky is prevailing there. It's like highlighted there. Okay, the rain is over and gone. Clear? So the spring season occurs between summer and winter. Okay, sorry, winter and summer. So winter, spring and summer comes in. Okay, so in this stanza, it last ends by saying mountains are happy, and then there's life in the fountains. Small clouds are sailing, blue sky is prevailing. Okay, the rain is over and gone. So this is how he just says there are 4 stanzas in this poem, and he ends the poem very beautifully. Did you all understand, children? Now, so this is a poem. Now, in the last Zoom class, we learnt about rhyming words. So let us identify a few rhyming words in this poem. So what is it? What can it, from the beginning? It's growing, flowing, then grazing, raising, okay, sailing, prevailing. All these are rhyming words because it sounds the same. Growing, flowing. Next one, Twitter, glitter. Okay, sounds the same. Next, youngest, strongest. I've just named a few here. Okay, youngest, strongest. Then defeated, retreated, ill, hill. All these are then mountains, fountains. All these are, the poet has used rhyming words so that there'll be a good flow in the poem. So last class we just started with rhyming words, and now I think you would have got a clear idea and got a lot of examples. Okay, so you can find out many more examples in this poem itself for rhyming words. Now there's something interesting for you all. What is this? This, you all will be thorough even now in your LKG, nursery LKG, you all learn this poem. Which is it? It's a rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Okay, so this is a very nice poem. It just gives, we are very nostalgic when we listen to this poem. So this poem has a scheme in it. It's called as rhyming scheme. Okay, so just in the rhyming scheme, we'll just see the ending word. Okay, and whether it is rhyming or not with the other one. Star, R, high. Okay, so these star and R, it's like same sound, sounds the same. Next one, last word of this line, high, sky. Again, it sounds the same. It's rhyming, right? So the rhyming scheme is, you need to give a letter for words which are sounding the same. For example, we'll start with star. We have to always start with the letter A. Okay, star, the first is we have given A, sound A. And now R is again similar to star. So we are giving same letter A. Now high is a new word, right? So we'll give a letter, sorry, before that, even here, little star, in the last two lines is star and R. So we give all the similar sounding words, we'll give it as A. Clear? The next one, after A, we have to just go in a flow, okay? After A, which is a letter B. So high is a new word, so we'll give the letter B. High, and even sky sounds the same. So sky also will give B. Okay, so what is the rhyming scheme of this poem? The rhyming scheme of this poem is A B B A. Okay, so this is how we say as rhyming scheme A B B A. Clear? So this is a very simple poem to teach you all with rhyme with to start off with rhyming scheme. Now in this poem, let's see whether we can add any rhyming scheme. Okay, I've just taken two stanza. Let's go stanza wise. Okay, so let's consider only this first stanza. The cock is crowing. Crowing is a sound. Okay, let's give a letter A, starting with A. Crowing and flowing sounds the same, so we'll give A again. Next one, Twitter. Twitter is a new word with a different sound. So when it's a different sound, we'll just give next letter B. Twitter, glitter. Glitter sounds the same, so we'll give B again to that. Now sun is completely different. It's a different sound. So we'll just give the after B, which is a letter C. Okay, so what is the rhyming scheme of only this stanza? It is A B B C. A B B C. Understood? I'll give you one more example. Let's go to the next stanza. So let's start off. Each stanza will start with the same letter A. Okay. So youngest is a new sound. So we'll just give A. Strongest also similar to that, sounds the same. So we'll give again A. Next one. Grazing is a new sound. So I'll give B. And raising is similar to that. So I'll give B again. And one is a new letter, a new sound. So I'll give a new letter C. Clear? So if you notice the first stanza and the second stanza, it is A B B C, A B B C. Understood, children? So what is the rhyming scheme of this poem? Okay, it is rhyming scheme of the poem March is A B B C. Isn't it very simple and easy? This is called rhyming scheme. So I have explained two stanzas. Similarly, I want you all to do for the third and the fourth stanza. Take the third stanza separately. Okay, and the fourth stanza separately and mark A B B like that according to you in your textbook itself. Mark it in your textbook so you'll understand the whole poem has the same rhyming scheme. So you will learn something new, right? Rhyming scheme. It's called rhyming scheme. Rhyming words are different. When you consider only the words, it's rhyming words. But this is a scheme when you consider the poem and you mention it. Okay, the whole poem and mention it is called rhyming scheme. Clear, children? You all understood? So this poem is about March. It's about the spring season which comes in. It is written by William Wordsworth. Clear? Now you all understood the whole poem, right? I request all of you all to go and read it carefully and understand the meaning. Clear? Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.